Bună, sunt Alina și asculți podcastul nostru There is no way by Plastic Art Performance Collective, cofinanțat de AFCN.
I'm very pleased to present you Maura Baiocchi, the founder of the Ecoperformance movement in Brazil. She is a fascinating artist, a performer, dancer, director, and choreographer with a career that spans over 30 years. She is also the founder of the Taanteatro theater company in Brazil, and also the founder of the Ecoperformance film festival. She also wrote a lot and documented her practice in 80 theater plays, and also books documenting dance and dance practice, such as the Japanese Buto dance that we will further talk about in this podcast, as it is a very fascinating field to dive into, and also documented in her books her own practice, what it means to be an eco-performer, and what is the fundamental relationship that the eco-performer has with the environment, and his or her duty to protect the environment through this kind of practice. So, Maura, I want to thank you for being here with us, and I have to tell you that I'm honored to talk to you. And I really want to know, first and foremost, what is eco-performance for you, and what does it mean for you? Because here in Romania, not many people know about this practice of art, and how would you describe it?
Okay, thank you for the question, and thank you to invite me. I'm very happy to be here. It's my first time, and I'm very excited to doing things with the young artists here. So in performance, in music, and so on. So I came to this idea. I have to say it was very natural to come to this idea, because I always was very on the nature subject, and also the interaction between body and nature as a dancer, because I started to dance very early. And I was born in a farm in Brazil. Yeah.
In what city?
It was in a very small city in the north of the state of Paraná. Paraná is a state in the south of Brazil. So, in the north of this state, I was born in a city called São João do Caiuá. The name of it, just 3,000 citizens.
Really?
Very small.
Wow.
3,000 citizens, yeah. My father was a doctor in the city, but he also bought this farm, cafe. It was growing cafe, and some cows and so on. At nature with a lot of interest. And what we are doing with nature. I decided to, through the language of art, to the language of dance, I start as a dancer, and then I also learned theater, and then I became a performer, because performer is somebody who is acting, somehow is doing something. So a dancer is a performer, an actor or an actress is a performer. So, and naturally I became a performer too. And I decided to work in open space. One day I decided to do this.
So you
the
first
late 70s. So
And first you started in institutions, performing and dancing. You were starting in, I don't know, traditional institutions that are made for dancing before going into the performance in nature.
in Brazil, in that time, we didn't have official schools. No, we didn't have this of dance. Theater, yes, we had, but just in one city, for example, in Rio de Janeiro and in Bahia, Salvador. Salvador of Bahia is the state. So, and I used to live in Brazilia in that time. So, and then when I was teenager, when I was 27 years old, they called me because I was doing scenes and many experimentations. I start to experiment many things, and I start to do performances at the street.
In the street?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were already doing
Experiment,
that?
yeah, by myself, like self-made,
Yeah.
So I made a group, and then we did a lot of performances, street performances, and then we used to perform in bars, in the lobby of theaters.
Really?
Really?
Like without being invited?
Not invited,
okay.
just like this.
Like spontaneous?
Yeah, spontaneous intervention.
Intervention, yeah.
We did a lot of interventions, yes. And then, also I become member of a group, a dance group called the Asas e Eixos. Asas, wings, and axis. Eixos.
Yeah.
Axis,
Yeah.
Eixos. In Portuguese, asas, wings, e eixos.
Okay.
Yeah. This was the name of this group, was a dance group, but also contemporary dance, modern dance. And the director of this group, but private, she asked me to do a choreography for the first time in my life.
And that was when you started doing choreography?
Yeah. And now I did the boomerang.
Okay.
My first choreography was boomerang. And then I got a very nice criticism on newspaper.
Really?
Yeah. It was very, very nice. It was the first criticism in dance in Brazilia. So I got this, and this took the attention
Of media.
the artistical environment. In that time we had the military regime. It was a dictatorial regime in that time. And I presented this just one day because it was censored.
Really?
Really.
So you couldn't do any more of these kind of shows?
This was Boomerang.
Yeah,
It was presented. It was my first choreography and presented just one day.
And where was it presented?
In Brazilia, at the National Theatre.
At the National Theatre,
At the National Theatre of Brazilia.
Wow, so they stopped it?
They want to stop during the show. I said no, I will not stop.
But why do you think they wanted to stop it? What was their problem?
Because in that time we lived in a military regime, and the director of the group was married with a general.
Okay.
General, you say?
Yeah.
A military guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know she was married with I never asked her who, because she was the director, she was there, Never spoke to her like this, intimated the things, no.
Yeah.
She never invited me. I was, very young, and she was 50 years old, something. I was in my 20s, something. But I told her about my choreography. My choreography is this and this, and I want to do this, and she approved. And I have one scene that it was a representation of a strike.
Of a strike?
Of a strike.
Like against the government?
Something like this. Against, not too direct like this, more,
But suggested,
Suggested.
Oh, okay.
For example, we was the dancer had this, how you say, when people
like a flag with posters,
reading things like this, freedom or blah blah blah, or democracy, you know. But we had this, which was a big group, about 20 dancers, and we had these posters, but all white, without words.
Without words.
Without words.
So without any messages.
No message, but it was a strike. It was a,
yes, I understand. And you think the military government didn't like that?
So they didn't like that, this scene.
Yeah.
They want to cut from the show. She asked me to cut. On the beginning of the show, I was there waiting to start the show. The public already inside the room was full. And she came to me and asked me, Maura, could you please cut this scene? I was shocked like this. Why? And also the another scene, because there was a scene. In that time I was mixing medias and languages.
Yeah.
So we, in certain moment in the choreography, we project a film. That time was Super 8. Super 8? You know Super 8? You've never heard about Super 8?
Don't
in
think
that time
yeah.
we didn't have, cell phones, nothing, you know. Where this was a Super 8 machine. Super 8.
Like a camera.
Yeah, was it really a camera?
Video camera?
No, that film.
Like, okay.
Film. That time we didn't have video.
Yeah, okay.
It's called Super 8. Was the
okay.
And then we had this 16 millimeters camera. The 16 millimeters camera was a very fancy, just for professional. And Super 8, it was the cheapest one, so we could do. So we did a small Super 8 film.
Yeah.
I asked from my friend who was a plastic artist, painter, and also photographer. So he did this film, and he filmed, the official cars, because we have in Brazilia the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education, Ministry
of Culture.
Culture, we didn't have that time.
No, you didn't?
No, of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Dictadura.
Yeah.
They don't like
they
art.
Don't like art.
Like culture.
But it's true.
Yeah. So we had the political guys, they used to have these official cars with this black plaque on the cars, and the cars are black, all black, official cars, and they all paid by us, all paid by the tax,
citizens.
the citizens, of course.
Yes.
And then they all have those, cars, but just to go to work and then to come back to work, just for the minister, for the deputy or the senator, the president.
All the people, political people.
Oh yeah. But they are using to carry on their own families and children to school and to go to supermarket.
Yeah, because
they did use this to their own good.
Of course, because they were kind of corrupt. So,
correct.
Yeah.
But this is forbidden, and you can't do.
Yeah.
It's not allowed to do it, but they did. And so we filmed those cars in front of schools, taking the kids of the police, a man, and carrying the kid to home, no? Really, we filmed some cars carrying the wives going to,
And what did you do with the films?
We project during the show.
Really?
Really.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of angry.
Yeah, but Friday, so she wanted that I cut also this part. So, and of course, in 1982, there was indeed this movement against dictadura was become stronger and stronger. So the artists start to be more, okay, let's do. We start to be more courageous to showing the things, you know? And because 982 already started this kind of ritual of passage, né? Everybody was feeling, so dictadura has their days counting,
yeah,
we can count
it is
the
over,
days.
like,
It's over.
Yeah.
Already it was, you know?
Yeah.
And then we felt that we more free in that time to show.
So you weren't
such
afraid?
Things.
You weren't afraid?
Huh?
You weren't afraid of the consequences?
I wasn't afraid, but I suffered the censure. They didn't bring me to the prison.
They brought you to the prison?
No, they didn't. That
they
time,
didn't.
982, nobody, you didn't go to the prison, but they felt, you know, the military people, they still want to censure.
I understand. It was only the censorship of your work.
Yeah, only the censorship.
So you couldn't do your shows anymore. You couldn't dance.
No, because they had still power to say to the theater
no.
To cut.
That's tough.
That.
And what did you do in these kind of circumstances? Did you continue to do something, or did you stop for a while?
So it was horrible, because I said, she asked me, you know, at the backstage, oh Maura, please cut this 2 scene.
But you didn't.
I didn't, and I said, no, I talked to my colleagues, and nobody agreed with you. And we are the majority here, you know, because we already want to things change, of course. And I said, oh, you're gonna destroy my marriage. You know?
That's what she
told
you.
Yeah, why? He said, because my husband, he's going to be a general. And this can destroy his career. I said, why? It's me he's doing, but I'm the director of the group. And
That's
she was
shame.
crying. And I said, oh, sorry, but I will go to the stage in 1 minute. And I will not do this.
Yeah.
And then we did the entire show, and it was a success. It was a huge success.
Is there a video of it?
Press. Oh my God, no, unfortunately no. There is, I don't know, maybe there is something, but very dark, you know. And there are some photos too, but also not
I would be curious to see an article wrote back then by the press.
Yeah, there is the article. I think in my last book there is, maybe I will see if there is this part of this criticism on this, And then I come back, and I left because 984. From 984 to 986, I used to teach in the university when we started the theater scene, the theater studies.
Oh, wow.
So I was part of the group who started the theater studies in
the first
university,
theater.
in the Federal University of Brazilia.
Okay.
So I was part of this group. It was just me, another woman, and a man. Just 3 professors of theater and dance, and I was teaching, of course, experimental things in dance and theater, mixing.
It was the first department.
Well, was not a department, because we had no place in that time, and the department of plastic artists, that is called a design department, desenho.
Yeah, design.
No, not design like we understand now, was desenho, the name of the department. And we had just design, that is plastic artist, art, and we had music. We had 2 buildings for arts over there in the Federal University of Brazilia, public university.
Yeah.
Just 2, music and plastic arts. And then they lent us a room, just a room, about, about 70 meters square, something like this. We had this room to start all the theater studies.
Very interesting.
You
were starting a whole movement.
I was part of this small group.
Yes.
Thinking and planning the curriculum, everything of the first, we call cadeira, cadeira de teatro, I mean the theater studies in Brazilia. I mean the university. So, and I was teaching there, and I used to teach open air. I don't want to be, because it was only one room.
Yeah. You didn't want
for
to
everything, for every discipline. And so I said to my students, so let's go outside.
Yeah, like performing in nature.
When it was raining, okay, we study inside the room, but so beautiful, the nature over there, and I told you the sky, the big sky, and the plateau, and a lot of green. And I said, no, let's go outside. The weather very good.
Yeah.
A lot of sun. It's a sunny place. I said, no, let's go work outside. And so we were doing a lot of things in nature outside, because the campus of the university is very, very big. But then I discovered Kazuono. I discovered Buto.
Buto dance,
Buto dance.
It came to Brazil.
Kazuono came to present in Brazil. Yeah, with his son, Yoshito. And because I
think it was wonderful to watch.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of experiments. And my colleagues, the other choreographers and artists, some look at me and say, Maura, what are you doing? Is this dance? What are you doing? It is dance, it is a theater, it's not a theater, it's not a dance. What are you doing?
And what did you say?
I said, I'm doing my own dance. I try to do my own thing, because you have to do what is telling from Europe. You have to do what the Americans say this is dance, or Europeans say this is dance, or this is theater, this is the colonization of expression.
That's
colonization
true.
Of
of movement.
Yeah, of movement, the colonization of aesthetics.
The Western aesthetic.
Yeah, the Western aesthetic colonizing, Latin America, and Brazil. It's there too. And everybody was very much looking at Europe, the gods of Europe, the gods of America, North America,
Yeah.
And I want to say, no, I'm not European, I'm not American, North America. I'm here. I have another background, life background.
It's true.
Different thoughts, different approaches. I live different language. I don't speak French. I don't speak in that time. I speak Portuguese. I don't do. My music is different. And many things. Of course, there are a lot of beautiful things they do there, but why we can't not do our own expression, invent, create our own dance?
It's true.
Is this forbidden? No, it's not. They did, but it's not, the academic don't recognize this as a dance, the academic environment don't know what is this. But they will begin something. They will gotta know soon.
Yeah, in a few years they will know.
Yeah. Like this, but nobody wants. Maybe they got jealous, I don't know. But of course there was other artists thinking as me, like me, only me.
Yeah.
That's not the only person that want to be free of colonization, And then So I recognized in Buto dance, when I saw this in Brazilia, I recognized something very familiar.
Even though it's another culture.
Yeah, but Japan,
Yeah, but you felt something similar.
Yeah.
What was that element?
What was that? What is this very old man? Casoni, in that time when we went to perform in Brasilia, he was already, I think, 85 years old.
And he still danced?
Yeah. He's still there. He began to dance when he was 50 something.
Also, in his old days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He started to dance with 56. So Buto was an avant-garde movement in Japan.
Yeah, it's true.
Avant-garde start on the end of the 50s and grow the 60s.
Yeah, it's very fascinating movement.
And then in the 80s, Casono, the end of 80s, in 86, I saw Casono and Yoshitone in Brasilia. And then I got like this, oh, what is that? I need this, I want this. And then before they came there, because I knew that before that they are coming, I wrote to the producers, his crew, his group, and I wrote to them because they presented before in São Paulo. So we discovered we had some good contacts, in the cultural field in that time in Brasilia. And somebody gave us, from the National Theatre of Brasilia, gave us the name of the producer. It was a Brazilian-Japanese couple. And so I wrote to them if it would be possible that Kazuo Ono and his staff want to see our performance.
To see you play.
Yeah. In that time, I was creating a performance called a duelo, with my partner, Eliana, only two women at the stage, and with this duelo, and very experimental and choreography, way, with our own approach, our own movements, nothing compared to nothing, And then Eliana said to me, "Oh, Maura, you see, they will never saw us. Can you imagine? Kazuo Ono, this big star coming from Japan.
Yeah.
Then they come here and then they will see us. Where will you present to them? And they will agree to see nobody know nothing about us." I said, "No, listen, if Mahomet don't goes to the mountain goes to Mahomet."
I like this one.
This.
I like this one.
I said, "No, that's right." So we wrote a letter. We sent this letter to São Paulo, to those producers, Brazilian producers, and they wrote back to us. In that time was fax. No, we didn't have this.
Didn't have phones.
Fax.
Fax.
It was a fax. And they answered us. "Oh yes, they agreed to see your work."
Wow. So all you had to do was write them, to them.
Oh yeah, they agreed.
Okay, and where did you present it?
We got like this. What?
I think we couldn't believe it.
We couldn't believe it. So we talked to everybody, our colleagues, so we're very happy about this. So let's rehearsal. Where you present this?
Yes.
And then we talked to the director of the National Theatre, and he said, "Okay, you can do the performance at the lobby of the theater. And the lobby of the theater over there, it's a garden."
So again, nature.
It's a garden. It's a beautiful garden with a sculpture there, over there. It's big, it's huge, the National Theatre over there.
Yeah.
And the lobby is very big. And it is a garden. And it's architecture by Nehemiah. Oh God, it's like a pyramid, huge pyramid.
How cool.
This theater. And then they agreed, and they had, I don't remember, but for instance, the presentation of them will be on the Sunday and Monday, 9 o'clock at night. So at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I don't remember well, they were there to see us.
Wow, I think you were so...
At the lobby.
I think you were so excited.
So excited, without lights, just the daylight, the natural light can be natural, because the ceiling was not, it was just transparent glasses.
Amazing.
It's an amazing place.
Absolutely
with
amazing
the sun
view.
Coming to the... So then we did in the lobby the performance, the two Ono, Yoshito Ono, and the whole equipe, crew.
Team, yeah?
The team.
Yeah.
The whole team and the producers. I don't remember, 10 or 15 people, they were sitting in front of us like this, and we did the performance. And then at the end there was a translator to Japanese and to Portuguese. We went to talk to him. Oh, thank you so much, and so, and he said, oh, arigatou gozaimashita, also da. And I asked him if he could write something for us for souvenir, né? For us it will be very important about what he saw.
Yeah, about the performance. Yeah.
If he would like to write something for us.
And what did he say?
And he said, yeah, and he wrote.
And what did he wrote?
Next day, the producer gave me and I think I have here, I don't know the words in English, I will give you, I will tell you. Very beautiful poem. He wrote a poem for us.
Written by him?
By him, by Kazuo. I think maybe I'm the only one, me and Eliana, that has this poem wrote by him. Yeah, it is very beautiful. Looks like he liked it. So, in that same day, I asked him, you accept me as your student? And he said, yeah, of course. And I said, I will do everything it's possible to go to Japan and study with you. And then I did. And then I left the university, and I went to Japan, and I lived there about 1 year, studying Buto dance with him, 1987. Yes, I was the first Brazilian to be there studying Buto with Kazuo.
That's very special.
Yeah, it was very, very special. So after that, when I come back, I start to do one thing that I call a photo performance in nature. I did a form of photo environment performance. And then I start to do video environment performance.
And what was that then? What did you do?
A lot of things in nature, the exploiting the relation and tensions between nature and body in that time. It was more about this. It was more about to show the beauty and the forces, the force of the power of nature on our body, and what to be nature with water, what to be, immersed in water or waterfall, or how this interfere in your expression or interfere in your body. And so I did sort of series of performance, and I dedicate those performances to Martha Graham, to Pina Bausch, and to the one Isadora Duncan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the legends of the dance. Yeah, it's true.
So, dedicate those two. Because Isadora Duncan was the first dancer to dance without shoes, no?
Yeah, barefoot.
Yeah.
So
this was a revolution.
Yes.
Yeah, she was the first revolutionary Western dance. Professional dance. People were paying to see her at the stage dance without in that time. So this was a big thing.
Yeah,
Oh
she was a revolutionary.
Yeah, revolutionary, American.
And at the time, what name did you have for what you were doing? So Ecoperformance was not a name then. How did you call what you were doing? The type of dance you did? What name you gave it? At the time?
Because at the time, in parallel, I was also creating choreographies. I was also dancing at the stage, indoors.
Indoors, yeah.
I was also creating indoor scenes, mixing theater and dance. And in that time I called this just dance theater. When it was indoors.
And when was
outdoors? I was doing outdoors, I called this performance.
Performance, just performance, like
environment performance.
Environment performance.
Yeah, and my first performance group was just me and another girl. Was called Tristan Tzara. No, sorry. This was our pseudonyms.
Tristan Tzara.
Tristan Tzara. I was Tristan, and she was Tzara. Yeah.
After the Romanian avant-garde.
Oh yeah, so look at this.
Yes, he was Romanian, so.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Thank you to make me remember those things, because it's so much things now. I forgot about it.
Yeah, you forgot about it, right?
I forgot about it. It's called Tristan. I was Tristan, he was Zara. But the name of this was our pseudonymous.
Yes.
But the name of the group was Photographer Nua.
What does it mean?
Photographer nude. But in Portuguese, it's different. In Portuguese, fotógrafo is the male word, and fotógrafa is for woman.
Yes.
Fotógrafo is for man. And if you say fotógrafa, you must say the adjective nua. If you say fotógrafo for men, you say fotógrafo nu. So nua is for woman, and nu is for man. But our group, it was me that gave the name. I decided to call Photographer Nua, because since that time I was also worrying about gender. So this was 1988, I think. 988.
Wow.
More or less 988. Because 987 I was in Japan.
Yeah.
988 I came back. And then I found this, I did this, and also I did a choreography called When the Butterflies Get Lost.
So beautiful.
So I was always working with nature and the subject of nature. It was in honor of a man who was assassinated in Amazon, and he was taking care of Amazon, But he was assassinated by, farmers, others who want to cut the forest.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really.
And so even today.
Even today stuff like this happens.
It's a war over there, between indigenous people and farmers and things like this. So, and then I did in that time this work, When the Butterflies Get Lost. It was subtitled Transparent Dances. So I have a lot of names.
You had a lot of names, yes.
I had transparent dances. I had ephemeral dances. I have transitory dances. I have dance of tensions.
And you kind of stick with that.
I start to think about this tension, this concept.
And when did you start your first company?
My first, the Taanteatro
company.
Teatro was in São Paulo. I created.
So you created it in São Paulo.
I moved to São Paulo in the end of 1990. I moved to São Paulo, the big city, the most big city in Latin America. São Paulo, 18 million citizens. So I went out from Brazilia, and that time was, 2,000 citizens maximum, maybe less, 2 million, 2 million citizens to a city with 18 million.
Wow, that's so huge.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's
difference.
incredible. And yeah, I was really thinking, so yeah, what was kind of in São Paulo the scene, the artistic scene there that made you wanna start this company? What was like the environment scene?
So, just a moment. And then, just to understand,
Yeah.
and then in 1992, we had a big event. It's Eco 92.
Okay.
We had it, I don't know if you don't remember. Of course you don't remember.
Yeah, I wasn't born there.
And we had this, it was a big, it was international.
Oh.
It was in Rio de Janeiro. They had a lot of events on this. Big official government thing. And in Brazilia, that was also a part of this big event, because Brasilia is the capital. And I was invited to play this When the Butterfly Get Lost in this Eco 92. And in that time, in the 1990s, I start to be more and more focused in the environmental issues. Since childhood, but then in more different way. And then I want to talk about this more and more in my work. And then I moved to São Paulo in 91. I moved to São Paulo in 91. The end of 90. 1990. I moved to São Paulo. And in 1991, I created the Taanteatro Companiei in São Paulo with a group of dancers that they were studying with me. I was doing classes of Buto.
So you were teaching Buto?
I was teaching not Buto in the way of Kazuono. I was teaching Buto in my way. Because I studied Buto with Ono. And I realized that many things I have learned in there was very connected that the things I was developing.
Yes.
You know? But the way, the technique to reach the same state of the Buto state, the dancer Buto state, if we can call it like this, the techniques were different, completely different. You understand?
Yeah.
So I developed. So why I was developing another technique, and of course the results were different also, not the same. And also Buto, it's very, very Japanese.
It's very rooted in the Japanese culture.
Yeah, very, very much. And so I decided to say thank you so much to Buto. I learned very much. It's helped me a lot. It's amazing to study Buto with Ono. And also I studied with Nintanaka. Nintanaka is alive, still alive. But I'm back from Japan, and I don't want to be a Brazilian colonizing Brazil. I was always against colonization of expression. Art expression. Always trying to come this. And then suddenly I being a voice of colonization. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
This is paradoxal.
You know, so you felt if you would dance only type of Japanese Buto, you would be in a way colonizing the expression of...
Colonize the body, everything, the gesture. Because Buto it's very, very Japanese, you know, the way they move, their bodies. It's beautiful, I love it. The philosophy of Buto, I love too. And it's very connected, the philosophy of Buto. Some things are very connected to my own philosophy, my own approach of what is dance and what is the body.
Yeah.
And why we are dance, things like this.
But you developed your own type of...
As I was already developing techniques and experiment a lot of things, I don't want just throw out everything and be a voice of Japanese Buto, you know?
You wanted to adapt.
No, I don't want to adapt. Not
No, to adapt some ideas to your own kind
no,
of...
I want just follow my paths.
Yeah.
As you carry luggage in your pants, okay? Memories, a bag of memories in life. Memories, the things you learn. So in my big package, I have classical ballet, I have theater, I have jazz dance, I have modern dance, different styles of modern dance, a lot of different style of jazz dance, a lot of different style of contemporary dance, and I have Buto dance.
A lot of influence. Yeah.
But I have two Maura dance, understand?
Maura dance.
Yeah, I have two transparent dance, ephemeral dance, dance of tensions. I have other things.
Exactly.
Here, the backpack.
In the backpack.
Yeah. And they start to talk with each other. It's a babel. It's a babel of language, dance languages.
Very nicely said. Yeah.
And from this babel of languages, dance language, movement languages, art language, and also I have other things. I have literature. I have Nietzsche. I have Antonin Artaud, Frida Kahlo. Oh my God!
People from different cultures.
Yeah.
From Germany to Mexico.
Philosophy, literature. I have the knowledge of Tupi-Guaranese, the indigenous people from Brazil. I have capoeira, the African, Brazilian African and martial arts. I have this. I have, I don't know, I have things that I always like to do, like riding horses or, many things. Many body experiments
that are part of you.
Yeah. Part of me, and also yoga, some knowledge on yoga, and Oriental and Western culture, and all here involved something different, born,
Yeah.
But this function naturally, this goes naturally. And then I was never like this academic, studying this, this and that, no.
Yeah.
This is natural, because when you work with your body is, it's your body it's not something that is only there to be domesticated. You agree with me?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's very nicely put.
Yeah.
And if you can't domesticate your body, what's the option? What's the alternative?
What's the alternative? So, your body is there also to be a rebel. And also I was always questioning myself, I'm building what I'm building. It's another form of educate the body. But then I was working on this awake of this question, always. No, I don't want to transform my approach or my techniques in some kind of tool to domesticate the people. I have to always ask, what I'm doing? What is this? Why?
And to find new means of
then
expression.
Then it's different.
Yeah.
Then it's different. It's the paths of the philosophy. The philosophy is like this. Always questioning.
Always questioning.
I'm questioning.
Because the body, like the mind, shouldn't be domesticated. The mind also. The mind should always wander.
Like Nietzsche always said, is a wanderer.
It's true. Yeah.
Nomad.
And Nietzsche
nomad.
Also, he put a great emphasis on dancing in his work.
The God, he only believed in a God that can dance.
Yes.
That's it. And then I founded Taanteatro with those ideas from the beginning. That in my technique I call Taanteatro dynamic.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic because it's always in transformation. It's something to be always rebuilding, he's thinking. Yeah, different. Our approach is different. Our theater, indeed, we are working with also literature, everything, mixing, many languages. We have works with a lot of words, also dialogues and so, and then we have works without just
dancing.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And we work also very much. I kept using a lot of films and projections in my work. And then in 2008, the Brazilian University, Federal Brazilian, asked me again to come back and to teach there again.
Wow!
After so many years, they asked me, and in 2008, the department was a big department.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It evolved.
Finally they construct a building.
I think you couldn't believe
building
it's in the same place.
With theater and everything.
Amazing.
And I was there on the beginning with a 70-meter square room, teaching outside.
Unbelievable.
In the sun. Yeah. So
just like 30 years before.
Yeah, I was pioneer of this department. So I felt honored that they asked me to come back to Brazilia and to be a professor again and so. And then I said, but the first time they asked me to be temporary, of course, because they want to see if I'm capable.
Yeah. And I was thinking now that you came to theorize it, even in your thesis in the master program, I was thinking, so what would you say now with like the specific thing of eco-performance, different than other type of performances or dances? What is the specificity? What is the core of the eco-performativity that is at the heart of it in your view?
Yeah.
Is it just because it's outside, or it's something?
No. I think it's because eco-performance, you can make this not only with nature, you can do here eco-performance.
Okay, so on the street or
on the street. Here in a theater, you can do eco-performance.
Okay.
But the eco-performance has to talk about the tension or the relation. Tension between environment, the environment, and the environment can be an apartment. An apartment is an environment. You know?
Yeah.
The body, and because eco means home, casa, oikos.
In Latin, right?
In Greek.
In Greek, okay.
Oikos.
Okay.
Means
home.
Casa. Yeah, home.
Yeah.
So if you think your body as a home, think your body as a home. Yeah, it's the first home, it's your own body. You inhabit your own body. You can say this, no? Poetically, metaphorically.
It's true.
Speaking, it's true. And then, so, eco-performance. No? And then you can do it any place, not only in nature. But because eco is a word very much linked to environment, and environment is much knowing as a linked to nature. No, environment is environment.
And the eco-performance is related to the connection we have to.
It's where you are in that moment you are doing the performance,
And your relation with your environment.
The name, in this concept, you must think in three or three fundaments, link, connect, they are connected. Environment, body, and ancestrality.
So it's also this element.
And memory. Memory and ancestrality are almost the same thing, connected. But ancestry, not only something that is in the past. No, something that the performer are constructing, because everybody one day will be an ancestor. the descendants
of somebody
else, of the descendants, you know, the society, the community, the kids, or the family, or friends. And when I'm gonna die, my descendants, I'm gonna be an ancestor for me who is still alive. You understand? So ancestrality is something we are creating. It's not on the past only. It's always. It's on the past, it's on the present, it's on the future.
It's what we create on this earth, what, in a way, what we make that forms our legacy later.
Memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to ask, when you do Ecoperformance, we have to make some main question. Which kind of ancestor I want to be? This is one question. Another question is what kind of world or worlds I want to build? What kind of legacy I want to construct? What kind of realities I want to create? I have to do those kind of questions to do an Ecoperformance.
And how is it memory? How memory plays a part in Ecoperformance in a concrete way, like when you dance or when you move? How memory relates to that?
Can be the memory
in your body or in your...
Yeah. For instance, you know what ancestors are not only the human being. Ancestor can be also, other things, other beings. For example, we have animals as ancestors. No? If we come from
the monkeys,
yes. They are ancestors, and so on. And which was the ancestor of the monkeys? And before. So we are eternal. In this direction and in that direction too. Everything. And also stones are ancestors. No?
The stones hide a lot of history of the humanity.
Yeah, a lot of memory in there. Everything has memories. Trees, water, everything. A shoe has memory.
A shoe?
A shoe.
Even if it's not a live being.
You see, because you walk, you run, you go there. And shows if your feet is like this or like that, or the way you, no? If you look your shoes, wow, look at this, no? There are a lot of memory over there. Memory is in everything. This thing here has memory, no? This wall, the walls, no? From the time of communism. If I ask you, please dance in this building, this environment here, that full of memories from communism. Let's make a dance here, an Ecoperformance here in this building.
It would be a nice place to perform, a communist block.
Yeah, and at the same time, this is another point very important in Ecoperformance, that be aware that you are not the main thing in the performance.
That you are not
the
what?
Body, the human body, at the performance is not. Don't put you in the performance as the main thing of the performance.
You're not the main character.
The main character, no.
You are not. You are a part of.
You are just some part of this environment.
Yeah, you are not central.
Another element.
You are not the focal point.
Don't start from you.
Yeah. You are not
the elevator.
You are not the star.
No. You are not the star. You are not the main character. Start from the elevator. The elevator is the main character of your Ecoperformance. Or not the main also. But one very important thing, and it's very nice to be on a starting point, for example, without the presence of the human body. And then you, step by step, you're gonna put you in this environment. But respectful, very, you understand? Like, oh my God, where I'm going to, many people was what are the ghosts of here, you know, in this building, for example. So full of ghosts, and there it is. Anything, the voice, which voice? This building.
You start to imagine the history of the place.
Yeah, of course. Which voice is this building could express? No? What kind of text the people who was living here was doing and speaking dialogues? Which were the dialogues? What are they looking for? Things like this, you know? And this is very important. Don't start Ecoperformance with this perspective that put yourself in the main position of the performance.
That's very important.
Okay, Don't use the environment to like you know, somebody used to, let's rent a beautiful car to go to the party. We pay to the.
You're not using the environment for your own means, for your own purpose of like dancing, for example. You are dancing with the nature. You're not using nature.
Don't use the environment. Just like a scenography.
Like a scenography, yes. You make nature living. The environment. You make the environment a character. You know.
And this is very difficult because we are, you know, we are very anthropocentric, egocentric.
Yes, humans think they are in the center of things.
Center of everything. And we are trying to learn how to be non-human, or at least how to understand, how to give space to the non-human. For example, to flowers, or to other things like this building. What is the voice of this building? What this building want to tell me? What the tree want to tell me? What the water? What the trash want to tell me? The work you are doing in trash and things like that. I have been done work also in trash. And this, you know, this big trash, city trash.
It's a lot of city trash.
Places. I have done work, And then I did the first Ecoperformance when I called what I was researching. Ecoperformance was in 2008-9 in this period.
And you were the first one to give this term?
Ecoperformance.
And you were the first one to give this term, or the term was, the Ecoperformance term was, how should I say, was known before? Or did you
No, in environment of art, no, I coined this term, and then I did some years later, 1 year later, something like this, I look at the internet, and if I had this idea to see if there was this term, it's used to somebody else or and in the field of arts, nobody. Just in the fields of the industry. So, I mean, not in the field of fabrics.
It was Ecoperformance.
But not this we are doing.
It meant another thing.
Well, it means another thing.
Okay.
And then know what it means?
What it means?
Means like they do research, ask themselves, which is the Ecoperformance of your, for example, car industry. As I say, what are you doing for the environment? You are building cars, But what are you doing for the environment where your fabric is installed? Are you polluting the river?
Ecoperformance is the effect you have on the environment with your car or with your...
Are you polluting the river with your fabric? Are you taking care of the birds that lives in this forest near your fabric?
So that's the term.
What are you doing for the good of the environment around your business?
But in a way, I feel like in a way it's similar to the dance, because the dance is about what are you doing with your body in relation to the environment.
Your instrument of expression.
How you affect the environment with your body. But it's funny.
It's funny, but in arts, never. Nobody used this before in the context of performative arts. No, nobody. So I coined this term, eco-performance, and but you understand, I'm not there to I want to coin this. No, this came naturally, First environmental dance, photo environmental performance, video environment performance, eco-performance. They came very naturally to this. I didn't know about this this thing in the field of business and things. I didn't know nothing about this. I never heard this.
And are there any other countries or cultures practicing this type of eco-performance?
And then it started, from the festival.
From the film?
From the international festival we started during the pandemic. That you took part of the first and the third, your group. Plastic. And you are pioneer together me.
And also people from other countries.
No, the people who start to send their works for the festival, and of course, one of those works on the beginning was more eco-performance than the others, or so was not too much. But because we are starting to learn, I have to teach what is, and the work start to become more and more eco-performative. And
I understand.
we are learning together how to make really eco-performative work, and also to become an eco-performer.
It's something that is continuing to be developed.
It's developing. We are developing. You are developing here. I'm developing there. And
people in general are developing.
In general, they are continuing, and I'm doing this. I was doing lecture in University of Oslo too. I was doing lecture with the Argentinians. A lot of places in Brazil. Not only me and Wolfgang. We are doing a lot of things, and then next year we are going to university in the United States.
Really?
Big, huge.
What university?
Oh, it's called, I tell you, this is in my phone. Yeah, we received yesterday a message from them.
And they want to invite you.
This will be, I think, in June of 2024.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. The thing is growing. Among the artists and among the universities, the academic world. Very interesting.
Like you were today. You were here at the music conservatory in Bucharest. Did you talk about this eco-performance and the meaning of it?
Yes.
And its relation to music?
And
in a
I
way,
see, of course, because it's beautiful. And very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much. And yes, because it's very new. And I started before 2008. 2008 I started doing eco-performance. And the first work I called eco-performance officially was in São Paulo. I did perform a show called Devir Ancestral Becoming. was the name of the abbreviation was DAN, D-A-N. Devir, ancestral. Abbreviation DAN. No? In English, ancestral becoming. And in that film I showed, in that show, presential in a theater, I showed 2 films. And one of the film was Cerrado Ancestral. Remember I told about this bioma?
Yeah.
In the Planalto,
Yeah.
Brazilia,
Yeah.
Cerrado, that is in danger now, as Amazon and as everything. So I did this film that we will see tomorrow. 20 minutes film.
And when will it be ready, the film, to see, for us to see?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow you're gonna see.
Or Saturday, I think Saturday.
Or Saturday, ne?
Saturday, I think, in the conference.
Wait.
Yes.
Yes, in the library, ne?
In the library, yeah. So, yeah, we will be able to see you on Saturday.
But I asked her to show also at the Utrecht University
Okay.
the film that is in this
Yes.
play. No? And then I did this, and then another one in Zarathustra. I did Zarathustra.
So we did
a lot of
a
people
play
on the stage, yeah.
about Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did a play called Zarathustra.
Huh. And
the
you
name of the
adapted.
play was Zarathustra.
Yeah.
Only Zarathustra.
And you adapted the text from Nietzsche. You adapted the text.
Yeah. Dialogues, and I create dialogues, everything.
That's so interesting.
Anything. I created a scene in a cabaret with Nietzsche in a cabaret. I create new scenes, but with Nietzsche's words.
Yes.
I transformed many parts of the book. Thus Spoke Zarathustra, or Assim Falou Zarathustra in Portuguese.
Yeah.
I transform in dialogues, main parts. Yeah, because there are a lot of characters over there.
Yeah.
And then I gave life to his mother, his sister, and because I study his life too.
But what fascinated you most about Nietzsche? Because it's also one of my favorites.
Yeah, many things, the whole book. And I was very inspired by this metamorphose poetry, the 3 metamorphoses, how the spirit became a camel, the camel became a lion, and the lion became a child. This is and I'm using this in my technique, in some of my techniques. I have one technique, one practice in Taanteatro dynamic. It's called mandala of body energy. Mandala of body energy, and it's composed by 7 dances, and it's inspired in this Nietzsche dramaturgy, how the spirit became a camel, the camel became a lion, and the lion became a child.
Yeah, it's a very deep.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I never saw this one practice for the body training. That is a dramaturgy. It takes 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. To teach, I need some days.
Yes.
And when you already know the practice, and then I let you do, and then it's about from the beginning to the end, and it's like a performance.
Yeah. I was thinking do you do workshops? Do you go to different places to do different dance workshops?
Yeah, I do. We do in Brazil.
I think a lot of people would learn from this.
Of course. No, many people had already learned with us. I have where I live in São Paulo. It's a countryside. It's in the mountains. Not very high mountains, but it's in jungle. In there, I have a place 9,000 meters square. There is a house and there is this dojo. It's kind of dojo, There is this big room, immersed in nature, open, and and we do a lot of residences over there. 2 weeks.
You organize residences where you do workshops
international residences
with international artists.
Yeah, of course, they come from Brazil.
So they come in your house?
Yeah, to my house. They go there. They come from Europe, from the United States. They come from Latin America. They come from Australia. They come from everywhere.
That's
Brazil.
fascinating. And how's the residency called?
But since the pandemic, we stopped it because of the pandemic. And we decided to renovate many things there. And we still are constructing. It's buildings and renovating. So since many years, since 3 years, we do once a year, always in summertime in Brazil. It's in January, February, starting December.
Really?
It's different. It's the country. Winter we have summer. Ecoperformance. In Goiás, the whole magazine, academic one, with collaboration of people from our part of the world talking about Ecoperformance.
Wow.
People who took part on...
What's the magazine called?
I don't know, Ecoperformance something. But of course there is another name, the university name.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which one. This is academic one. It's very important for them because counting and the people who are doing master or doctorate, man, they have to publish. Yeah. They has to do this. You know. And so we communicate that will be this magazine in this university about this team, Ecoperformance, and we gave to all people who had interest. Of course, was people who already know us and already the majority know our work. Yeah, and have read our books or part of our lectures, somewhere, and other people. From Norway,
from all parts of the world.
From
Netherlands.
Many places. I'm not on this very much. It's more Wolfgang Singh, and he was one of the organizers, and also with the university. And he translated it. It was bilingual, Portuguese and English. And Wolfgang did the whole work to translate everything to Portuguese. Foreigners work in the Portuguese to English.
Amazing. Yeah. And you two wrote a book together, right?
I also wrote
your latest book. What's it called?
The latest book is this one.
So your latest book is called Choreographic Theater of Tensions, Forces and Forms. You wrote it with Wolfgang Panek, which is your husband.
Also co-director of the Taanteatro company. It's good that you talk about him, please, because the company could not survive without his presence too, you know?
Because you build it together.
Yeah. And this was 91 when the foundation, and I met Wolfgang 92. So. In 93 we got married.
After 1 year?
Yeah. And so after 1 year, I met Wolfgang here in Germany. I was participating in a festival.
And you met him at the festival?
Yeah, I was dancing there and he was writing criticism about the plays. Yeah. I met him there. He wanted to interview me after the show. And then we start to date from that time, from the beginning, And so
he became involved in the theater?
Yeah, and he was also involved with theater. He was a journalist, but also...
like me.
But also involved with theater. Yeah. And it was in Bremen, in Germany. And where's my glass? I'm getting crazy with my glasses. Carieră, everything, you see?
So in this book there's
there is trajectory.
It's a resume of your career. It's the sort of the story of your career.
Yeah, it's me.
And it is written by both of you.
It's written by both of us. So this is me, and this is me too. This is a very Bhutto body posture, but you know, this was in the 70s. Nobody knew about Bhutto in Brazil.
You did it intuitively.
Yeah, it was. I'm doing my own dance.
Yeah.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So in that time, was it is in, I don't know, this is 1968 maybe. 1968 maybe, something like this. The 4 elements, and the name of the work is 4 elements.
Yeah.
Water, earth, air and fire.
What sign are you? Astrological sign.
Sorry?
What sign are you? I'm curious,
What? I'm Aries.
Aries. Oh, okay.
Aries. And you?
Aquarius.
Oh, this is my ascendant. Aquarius.
Really? Oh, wow.
I'm Aries, Aquarius.
Yeah, also
which is your ascendant?
Scorpio.
Oh, my Scorpio is the middle of the
Mid-heaven?
yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. So you know your astrological signs pretty well. I like your mid-heaven
and my moon is Lion.
My moon is Lion too.
Whoa!
Yes, right.
See?
So it's a thing here, a similarity.
Something, yeah. You see, man, it's a very looks like a Bhutto dance.
Before you knew about Bhutto.
Oh, much years before, 10 years before.
You did it intuitively. You felt
I
those
was
kind of
searching my own dance.
And your own body expression.
Yeah, and also I'm searching to discover why the body can dance, because classical ballet tell you to just be beautiful all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be beautiful all the time. Why we cannot dance ugliness, for example?
Because ugliness is also part of
life,
part of us.
Of us. Yeah.
We are not beautiful all the time in our
life.
life.
I cannot dance like this, like doing different things,
Yeah.
And then I start to research. That's why I told you, I look at it and I said, oh, I know I'm doing this already. Something, And then I have this casone, You see, look at this. This is the dance that Ono saw. Duello. This is Eliana, this is me.
Very nice.
See?
Yes.
It's very Bhutto. And Ono saw the dance. This is Ono and me.
Beautiful.
You see? And he wrote those words. I saw.
Yeah, so Kazuo Ono wrote, I saw their dance accompanied by mysterious music. I remember the alchemy casting pot, dropping codes of the universe from within, one by one. It seems like a strange substance a magician is dropping to earth. Is that strange substance a placenta witnessing the birth of a life? The physical body is the coat of the universe worn by the spirit. Breast milk begins to spill, covering the earth. So that's what he wrote on your performance.
After he saw this show.
The Duello show in 1987. It's very poetic what he wrote.
Poetic. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Show he was.
And especially as he was also he was a great artist and
a great artist, yeah.
A Bhutto artist that inspired generations.
Yeah.
And where can we find this book for people if they want to read this?
In Amazon.
So on Amazon they can buy it.
Yeah.
So literature really inspires you in your subjects.
Inspired me, of course.
Yeah.
And I work almost with outsiders,
What do you mean by outsiders?
People like spirit and forces, like energy, like Frida Kahlo, Anton Artaud, Conte de Tremont, Maldoror, Cantos de Maldoror, the French ones.
You're also inspired by Portuguese or Brazilian literature?
Yes. Yes, but not too much. I like to be the Brazilian. The Brazilian one is me.
Interesting.
Interesting,
yes.
That is.
You want to be the Brazilian spirit.
That eating in a positive sense, eating
Yes.
those things
Yeah.
and transforming.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the Brazilian.
That's a very interesting point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like talking to you.
Thank you so much to
It
hear
was a very
me.
nice
So
conversation,
long, huh? What
and I
time
loved
is
it.
it now?
Oh, it's late. I can see now, but yeah. But it was like I lost the count of time, you know.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
nice.
me too.
And I'm glad you
you
came to Bucharest, and I hope you will visit us soon.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
And see you at Modul Cărturești on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll see, yes. And, you know, as I'm planning to come more to Europe, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe I can come here again instead.
I hope you really liked it.
I don't know, next year or I don't know.
So
Because I would love to teach more
to teach more, yeah.
about Taanteatro.
In Romania, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess a
I'm
lot of
sure
people don't know about
we
it.
will love a lot of things.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of art history. I really like that your story, in a way, proves that maybe we know maybe too little about art that doesn't come from an European point of view. We know maybe too little of that, and I feel like those points of view that come from different places, from different parts of geography of this world, should be more brought to light. So I am really glad you do that for us. So that was Maura Baiocchi into what was indeed a very fascinating talk, at least for me. I really enjoyed hearing her views on art and how to live free and indeed enjoy your own form of expression, your own form of thinking and exploring the world you are in. I find it very valuable, and I really enjoyed it, so I hope you liked it too, and thank you.
uh,